you joining me, knowing that you are getting recorded. I'd appreciate it. So again, welcome everyone to the Harrisburg chapter meeting, the first meeting of 2021, which I am hoping will be a much more promising, positive year. We can only have things to look forward to, that's for sure. I am Chef Autumn Patty, your chapter president, both past as well as going into the next 2 years. And I do want to go ahead and do a roll call and then get started with that and join our new chapter board. I do want to thank, and we have on with us Doogie, as well as Chef Richard Blight, and Graff, who is not with us, but the three that have served on the board over the last 2 years as well. So I thank you all. With that, who's joining us tonight, we have Chef Geit, we have Doogie, we have our guest speaker, John Bellum, we have Renee, we have Anna, Rashida, Chef Pefley, Julie, Chef Ely, thanks for joining us. Chef Arnold, thanks for joining us. Chef Keith Coleman, thanks for joining us from the PRLA. Chef Harris, we also have Heidi Howard, thanks again for joining us. Chef Long, Joe Padamotsky, again, Chef Blight is with us, Donald's with us, Chef Cher Harris, Connor, Chef Reese, and Chef Coral. Thank you all for joining us, and welcome again to our January meeting, the first of the year here. So I'd like to get started with our pledge, as we do. May all unmute yourself if you would, please, and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. First plans after taking I pledge of allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of
America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For food, for raiment, for life, for opportunity, for friendship, for fellowship, we thank you, O Lord. Amen.
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 Thank you, Chef Geit. Okay, and with that, let's go ahead and jump right into, I'll pass it off to Chef Pefley for speaking our new officers. Thank you, Chef.
Well, on behalf of the chapter, I'd like to thank all the individuals that are stepping up to take positions as officers for the upcoming 2-year term. We couldn't do it without your leadership and support, and specifically, Autumn, I want to thank you very much for this trying time and keeping our chapter together, and not only together, but thriving. And we really do appreciate that. So without further ado, this is the statement that I must read on behalf. When I get to the part where it says I'm going to say the office, and then you say your name. So we're going to go right down the line, and then I'll continue on with the rest of the oath. So the statement reads, members of this federation have honored each of you by selecting you as their leader for the ensuing term. In your respective office, you have accepted the responsibility to fulfill the duties of the offices in which you have been selected, and therefore, before assuming these duties, I ask each of you to take the following pledge. So again, it says repeat after me. So we want to do this very slowly so the recording can pick this up. So I, President
Autumn Patty.
I, the Vice President.
Thomas Long.
I, the Secretary.
Renee Nasta.
I, the Treasurer.
Cher Harris.
I, the Student Representative.
Rashida Carter.
And now all together, recite this after me. Having been
Duly elected.
Having been
duly elected.
Duly elected.
An officer of this federation.
An officer of this federation.
Pledge myself to conduct.
Pledge myself to conduct.
The business of this Chefs Association.
The
business of the Chefs Association.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
And understanding.
And understanding.
I will abide by.
I will abide by.
And enforce the bylaws.
And enforce the bylaws.
Of this chapter.
Of this chapter.
And of the American Culinary Federation.
And of the American Culinary Federation.
And devote all the time.
And devote all the time.
I can.
I can.
To the welfare.
To the welfare.
and the objectives of this federation.
and objectives of this federation.
And by doing so, congratulations, you are our new elected officers of the Harrisburg chapter PA181. So everybody, round of applause.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Chef. I appreciate that. And
Honored to do so.
I have to say, we already joined for our first board meeting, and I'm anxious for us to continue. We have it on the books for every month, and like everything great, nothing happens overnight. So I think we had a great first meeting, and we are looking forward to implementing a lot more ideas and setting some major goals here in our next meeting. So, and just as being the leader, I thank you all. I know we are stepping up here and have a challenge and something to take on, and I think we all look forward to it. So thank you all. And I know we'll circle around the block here. Certainly, would any other board members like to share anything immediately or at this time? Okay. All right, I'll move forward then with our awards, our chapter awards for last year. Even though we have already, mentioned who had gotten each of them, I still wanted to go through and actually do the presentation. I do want to, sorry, I want to make sure that it's on the speaker view here when I'm doing this. Okay, so that it can record. All right, so first up, and not with us, but still to share and recognize, we have our pastry chef of the year, Chef Susan Notter. And with that, it's going to be difficult to see, but there's this nice plaque here to recognize her. It is going to be sent out in the mail with her medallion that is still on the way. So congratulations to you, Chef. And Chef of the Year, joining us tonight, thank you, Chef. We have Chef Nicholas Arnold from the Hotel Hershey. And Chef, do you have your plaque with you by chance?
I do.
You do, great.
Right, right here. I don't know. There it goes.
Imagine I just handed it to you. Congratulations. It's difficult to present over Zoom, but I'm glad you have it, and I have a medallion coming your way as well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all that you're doing, and look forward to much more with the chapter here.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Okay, next up, have the Elmer E. Byram Volunteer Award, which went to Renee Nasta, who I know is with us, but hasn't picked it up yet. Congratulations to you, Renee.
Thank you.
We also have Anna, who I think, oh, yep, Anna, it looks like is right there at the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and pull her up, ask her to unmute herself. Congratulations, Anna. You had received the LJ Minor Professionalism Award. And I know I saw your plaque on Facebook, so you've gotten that as well. So congratulations to you. Absolutely. All right. We also have the Volunteer Award, which went to Chef Reese. Chef Reese, are you able to share? I think you might have jumped off. Oh, there you are. Yes.
And thanks to Tom Long's USPS delivery.
Yes.
He was on time.
Congratulations to you, Chef.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we also have joining us Heidi Howard again from PRLA, as well as Keith Pomon. Thank you both for joining us. Hopefully you received your plaque as our chapter partner of the year, and we thank you so much for that partnership with the PRLA.
Yes, thank you. Cher dropped it off at my office today, and I tried to get there when she was there, and my car broke down, so it was quite a day.
Well, it looks like you have a picture, so thank you both very much, and we look forward to much more.
And Keith is the vice president of the chapter, and I know he wanted to say thank you as well.
Yeah, you guys have been a great chapter to work with, so we really do appreciate your partnership. We continue to look forward to the strengthening this. We're all in this together, so thank you very much for this award.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I do have some to report on your meeting from just last week, looking for new board members and some new things that you're working on. So I want to include that in my president's message as well. Thank you both for joining us. Congratulations. And then the last two awards, or no, I'm sorry, I missed Rashida. Congratulations to Rashida Carter for the Student Chef of the Year Award. There's that plaque. Congratulations. And again, there's a medallion coming your way. And then oddly, but so excitedly to do to myself, I have an Educator of the Year Award and the Chapter President Award, which I thank you all again for. That was kind of childish of you. So congratulations to you all. Sorry that I cannot put it in your hands in person here, but I look forward to when we can. I do anticipate we'll be on Zoom. Most likely, I'm going to say until June, which I'm hoping we are all at Hershey Park, riding the new roller coaster and having a fantastic time. Talk about a first gathering and just having fun. And I really hope that we can get to that. So thank you again, Doogie. I know that was a text message months ago, so hopefully that was locked in. You're not shaking your head no, so I'm gonna, all right. Okay, great. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. We have our guest speaker with us here. Anna, are you available to introduce John for us? Great. I'll go ahead and talk to you. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I want to introduce our guest. His name is John Bellum. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He is the owner of Another Round and the co-founder of Support 717. John?
Hi, how is everybody?
Very good. John, allow me just to ask everybody to go on mute because there's an awful lot of background noise, please.
Hello? Okay, I guess I didn't know if there's a question or anything. Okay. I'm John. I'm John Bellum. I'm the owner of Another Round. I started Another Round strictly for a hobby of opening one of my own places in Carlisle that we unfortunately had to close in May due to the pandemic. But while I was doing it, I was buying a bunch of equipment, trying it out, that I was dealing with a lot of business owners as well, that I wanted to find a way to kind of help them out and kind of help their initial overhead. When in my years of consulting, I found that when people are excited and they go onto these new opportunities, that the adrenaline takes over and they tend to spend way too much money, and it's excitement and you don't think about your overhead, you don't think about the bottom line, and especially your first year. So initially with Another Round is really just a spot that dealing with restaurants that have closed, dealing with businesses that are just downsizing, whatever it may be. We have a good amount of, I'd say secondhand, but it's all top quality stainless steel tables to whatever it is needed, small wares, a good place to get everything you need to get your business, your small business, your food truck, your hospitality business, whatever it may be, started. I try to give out as much consulting advice as I can, being a veteran in the industry of about 20 years. I actually do not have the culinary degree like everyone I'm speaking today, but I've definitely learned my fair share of everything, especially when it comes to the administrative side of the restaurant world. And obviously, it's not easy to do, so anything we can do to help is really what I wanted to aim to do. With Support 717, this has been a passion project of kind of what our goal is in the next few years, was to just offer support for people that are kind of like myself, that I don't discredit, obviously, any type of alumni association. I think they're phenomenal, especially something like this, but the line cooks and the people that kind of stumbled into the industry and made it a career out of it, like myself, I wanted to create a support system. So we've been working on kind of the mission statement and what we plan to do for the next years, for the past few years. Some of the people that I know, obviously some people that are very close to me have seen me going on it, but with Support 717, we really kind of came back into the world and wanted to start a way to raise money to help out those a bit that have been affected by the pandemic, not only for the past shutdown that happened, which is kind of when we started, but to also kind of help in any way initially going forward, as far as free resume assistance, if it's just connecting people to people in the area, whatever we can do. But in the past, we're getting up to about a month that we've been around with our fund, and we've raised close to $10,000. We've helped out 14 different families, wherever it may be, bills to helping them with rent. We do have a cap that's around $500, but everyone has been grateful. It's not about putting the people that are already in the spotlight because of all the bad news that's going on with businesses shutting down to obviously shutdowns due to the pandemic. We wanted to turn that spotlight into a ray of sunshine and to not only help, of course, in these past few holiday season in the months leading up to this, but we want to do it going forward. We want to help in any way we can, even if it's just helping with tuition, helping somebody get a new computer. So anybody that we can help in the hospitality industry, myself as the co-founder, my wife being the other founder, this is where we want to be, and this is what we want to do to help. And all of our funds that we've raised, 100% go towards helping people in Central PA that are in the hospitality industry or in the restaurant industry. So my passion's there. Anna can speak on it. Obviously, Chef Geip knows me pretty well now too. We were lucky to able to pull with our silent auction together because of Chef Geip. I started calling around to business owners and friends, and Chef Geip was who I called first, and him and Chef John Reese were both able to put dinner for 10 together for that we raised $2,000 for that event. So without them, we wouldn't have been able to pull anything. So I mean, it just we had 35 donations, 35 silent auction items, and that was the number one. So I think that we got all those other ones because of the number one. So I really want to say thank you to Chef Geip, Chef Anna, Chef everybody that's on here for, I know Chef Tom Long's on here. I met him earlier in my career, and he's even someone that I've even reached out to before for my own professional advice. So I appreciate everybody, and I'm excited to even be here tonight. So I'll happily take any questions. Everybody knows I'm a rambler. I love to talk about this. So thank you.
And thank you for joining us, definitely. I wanted to bring up your website here if I could, and go ahead and do that. How could someone, I see the contact us, but what if someone wanted to get involved here?
So basically our Facebook page right now is our best contact because we've had so much activity on it. We have a good amount of followers. We are updating the website, getting more professionally done over the next few weeks. To be honest, when we kind of did this big wave of Support 717 and going forward, we kind of just wanted to have a website to delete, to get people to come in. So our Facebook has our GoFundMe. It has our current T-shirt campaign. And that's another thing with Support 717, just like the silent auction, we decided to create a brand. So not only are we all the proceeds for these T-shirts, and we have other different shirts that are coming on, we will also be taking some of our culinary talent that's on our committee, like Chef Geip and myself, to meet with like a hot sauce company, Hotheads Hot Sauce, where we're creating a Support 717 mashup essentially with them to do, and all proceeds will go towards our fund. So we're in the process also of becoming a 501c3 but for right now we have our GoFundMe that's still on there, that still is active, buying these T-shirts obviously, and everything that we'll put on. Obviously a like or share, a follow, anything does, everything helps, but you can definitely see a lot of our activity of what we're doing, but we're also we're in this for the long game. We know that obviously as creating my own businesses, you want to get as much out there as fast as you can, but we were able to pull off quite some feats in just a month. Now we're kind of sitting back and planning our attack, so to speak, but it's all in helping as any way we can. So, and especially if you know anybody out there, anybody on this committee that of somebody that's a colleague that could use some help, whether it be just with their career, some free advice, some anything that is needed. If it's not myself to be the best one to answer, I definitely have a good group of people that have volunteered their time to help in any way we can. I mean, it's not just this past 9 months. This has been a vulnerable industry for quite some time. So we want to do anything we can to help.
That's definitely appreciated. Thank you. I know Anna recorded a video at your shop, so I thought while everyone could gather any questions they had, I could share that if that was appropriate.
Sure.
Okay. Made it sound like it was going to be quick. Okay, here we are.
Hello, everyone. My name is John. I'm the owner of Another Round here in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. This place came from just a hobby of helping out. I'm a restaurant consultant. I've helped out and had obviously a very long career in the industry. I naturally get phone calls for the same things, opening coffee shops, sub shops, food trucks. So I found a place. I was lucky enough to find a place with a small amount of overhead and have everything in here for a lot of the clients, customers I get, and a lot of deer processing, which I I've never even thought of, and kind of stumbled in here with all the stainless steel that we have. So, but as you can see, it's kind of the basics of stainless steel, everything to some baking to different seasonal things. I've kind of made it a little bit for the holiday that I'm about to flip around, and we have some more items over here as far as just the daily items that you see in your day-to-day operations. We do some specialty orders. We don't keep a lot of used refrigeration. That's kind of, we teach as we speak as a learning tool that if you can buy used or buy new refrigeration, because obviously it's good to have that warranty or someone that can fix it. So we kind of keep the necessities, a few other random items, but that's basically it. It's just a great little place to kind of not spend as much on your overhead to open up your business, not skimping in any way, but certainly looking at your first costs in your business and how to save a little bit of money. So thank you. Thanks for the tour.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, for sharing. It's amazing how those seem to be the questions. Do you have any of these? Do you have any of these? Chef Peffley's asking, any tabletop sheeters?
Sheeter? As in sheet
tabletop
drinks?
sheeters. Sorry.
Sheeters. No, I do not. I'm sorry, I took it. No, I do not right now. We focused on support 717 for the past 2 months, along with the holidays. So I'm really building up my inventory as we speak. So this is another, it's kind of fun the small amount of space. It's good for me because I constantly turn and burn, and you get to do some special requests. So Chef Peffley, I'll happily look out for some, and usually I have some pretty good luck with that. So.
Right. And Anna's asking, do you have anything coming up? What's in the works? Anything in the plans?
So we are looking for any type of brewery, winery. We've had a few people we've reached out to. Obviously, the new year and the current events have kind of made some people pump the brakes a little bit. So we're just being patient, and definitely with Hot Heads Hot Sauce, we are hoping to get together in the next few weeks or so to kind of get in the test kitchen, so to speak, to see what we can do. We have another t-shirt campaign coming of just different t-shirts. We're also partnering with another local business that I can't say quite yet, as far as with the t-shirts and some other swag that we can put out there, because it seems to be a good amount of following from it. But we're slowly building our committee together. Even when Anna and I spoke a few days ago, I asked for her to join our committee so we could we know that people have busy lives, families, and everything going on. So we're trying to be as patient with people, but also trying to get a good collective mind of people in this area to help. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on, is to slowly spread the word of who we are, and to see what we can do going forward. We don't want to be political in any way, but we definitely know that we know the numbers of how big, just in Pennsylvania, the hospitality industry and restaurant workers are. So with that large of a voice, we're hoping to maybe get some positive changes for our local community. So, but we are just slowly but surely forming a little place that we're trying to act like we've been around for years, but we've only been around technically for a month. So any help from anyone, we'll happily take it. So.
Oh, that's great. And I personally thank you, as well as in the chat. We have a thank you for creating and supporting our industry at this extremely difficult time. It is definitely greatly appreciated. Very much. Does anybody else have any questions? No. Okay. Well, please feel free to continue to join us, hear some more about what we're involved with, and join in the conversation if you care to. But definitely appreciate you giving us a little insight of how we can get in here, and I'm sure some of us definitely will be in touch.
I appreciate it. And You can follow us at another round, lemoyne.com. We're about to be changing that website around. That'll have a more interactive website of what you can do, of purchasing online to doing pickups to even delivery. So we're kind of doing as much as we can to, just help. But with Support 717, if you know anyone or if you're interested in, joining on and helping us with going in the future, of giving any insight, giving any of your past experiences, anything we can, a mentor program would be sweet as well, obviously. So anybody out there that's interested in either of them, obviously follow us on Facebook or check out our website. But as I said, our Facebook is our kind of our normal activity. I appreciate the invite to this. I thank you all for the time. And again, thank you. So.
Thank you, John, definitely. And Chef Long says it's great to see you again also.
Yes, you as well.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and move on. Again, thank you. We'll move on to our chapter business, which first thing on the agenda we have is our newsletter. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again here to bring that up for us. Just want to make sure everybody did see it. This is back from November, but I did attach it in through our email chain here, the last couple emails that were sent out. Did anyone have any discussion, any questions, anything regarding the newsletter? Hearing
Motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Chef Peffley. Do I hear a second?
Second, Michael.
Thank you, Chef Harris. All right, all those in favor of approving the November mise en place minutes as written in the November mise en place, please vote by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed likewise? All right, motion carries. Thank you. I did want to announce a few changes, updates for the newsletter. Again, as the board had gotten together, we would like to include a Vice President Corner, Vice President Recipe section. Chef Long has that ready to go. Our goal is to send out the newsletter hopefully by Wednesday of each week after the meeting, meaning in the next day or two, which is certainly a change. Certainly, well, let me tell you, it's a goal. Let's wait till it happens, but things are in motion. We all have our contributions. And again, the goal is to have that to Renee, so that's our goal. So if it's the end of the week, that's still a great successful moving forward. But in any event, our goal is to include a Vice President Corner section in there with the recipe. We definitely will have the student spotlight still an education piece. We want to make it more current. So that way, all of the links and things we talk about today, instead of it just being an email tomorrow, it's within that newsletter. I want you all to open the stinking newsletter is what I'm getting at. So we're trying to put more value in it. So you can't wait to open this sucker. It's going to be so exciting, I know. And I expect emails from you all telling me how exciting it is. Okay, so hopefully new timeline goals, as well as, again, including a little bit more in there as well. All right, at this point, I want to move on to the treasurer's report, which now I get to pass off to Chef Harris. And I will also pull up the treasurer's report for a visual here too, as soon as I can. Chef, are you with us in the meantime?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay. For the treasurer's report this month, we have a total of $8,748.35. The checking account is at $3,399.58, and that includes a $10 service fee that was deducted, a deduction for $404.30 to GoDaddy, which is our website renewal, including email transfer, and then another deduction for $328.60 for the award plaques, and we're still pending a negative $500 to ACF for the medallions. The savings account is at $5,348.77, and that is including an addition of 31 cents interest.
Exciting to hear someone else talk about that interest. So exciting.
A lot of money.
Does anybody have any questions, about the treasurer's report?
I move to approve the treasurer's report, Bob Coral.
Thank you, Chef Geis.
I can second it.
Thank you, Chef Reese. All those in favor of approving the treasurer's report, please vote by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion will carry. I did want to make a note that as I mentioned, the medallions, they were ordered weeks ago. I followed up with the ACF. I've not heard back yet. However, that is something I know as some of the recipients, we talked about the cost of some of this, of perhaps maybe down the road starting a fund where you can opt to donate your plaque cost or something towards that. I know there was some discussion. So, but the medallions and the plaques, I know that was a chunk of change. However, again, that is something that we've always done to recognize those award winners. The GoDaddy, Renee will talk about a little bit more with the website renewal and go into that in more detail. Cher, did you want to talk briefly about, we keep seeing the service fee every month. Did you want to briefly talk about exploring other options?
Yes, we looked at, we're gonna do some investigating whether we really need to have this listed as a business account. And being that we are, you know, a nonprofit association, that we could save on that fee that we're getting every month.
And we're going to look into M&T options, but we also explored why stick with M&T. Has there been anything, Chef Reese, maybe you could answer this question, anything with M&T that would make it our sole source there? Or would other banks being explored? I mean, I know there's credit unions and things out there.
M&T's been with us for a long time, even before Sabatini was. They changed names over the years. It's always been the same bank. You know, even Members First. I mean, Michael Wilson does a lot of things for our organization for the hospitality industry. Right now, him and Michael Hoover are doing a fundraising for the restaurant industry. Also, somebody checks with Members First. Members First is a very good bank in this area, and see what they have to, see what they have, I remember last time I checked, that's the only option that we had with the members, with the M&T, is what we are right now. It's just a nonprofit.
And I'm not sure how the credit unions work, but I know PSCCU I've used for years. I think several other members have. That might be an option also. I'm not sure how the credit unions work with that, but
yeah.
I think, Cher, if you're willing to do some legwork and see what's out there and see what a good option is. Like we're kind of losing money down the drain with a service fee for a checking, a business account.
Yeah, I'll look into it and have something to report by next month.
Thank you.
Let me ask Heidi. We don't pay anything in the restaurant association for. Well, I remember that we don't pay anything for that. I wonder why. I wonder if there has to be a minimum of money that still be staying in the bank. I don't remember paying $10 every month before, so we must have. Maybe it's according to the balance, maybe.
I thought that, and it's new, and I've tried contacting them, but apparently everyone's getting refund checks, and it's right on the website. You will not get through when you try and call, and it's
all right.
like for some time now. But nowhere on there says a minimum balance. No one, and it transferred additional funds to make sure of it. I'm not seeing why. It's new. It's been on there about the last 6 months here. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Anything else for treasurer? Good. All right. I'm going to go ahead then and move on to the president's message with some different announcements that I have. Again, our new board met for our first time, and we talked about, really it was not necessarily a meet and greet, but what are our different roles, responsibilities, looking through the bylaws, making sure that we all had the information we needed. We talked about some immediate quick changes we can make, such as getting the newsletter out. How can we all become more involved? What are some things some of us can take on? We talked about the meeting format. I've been hearing from several members that, we need to switch it up. It's not as exciting, hearing nothing new to report, nothing new to report, nothing new to report. So what I am intending to do moving forward is asking for agenda items rather than just automatically putting everything on there, hoping you have a report. If it is something that you just want to include in an email or include with the minutes instead of taking up the time in in the meeting. If you just want to say hi during the meeting anyways, whatever you want your agenda item to be, I'm going to request those instead of just automatically putting them on there. That way I think we can have a more hearty agenda and get right to it. I also would like to recommend that we start at 6:30 while we're on our Zoom meetings, with the idea that we do not have the travel. I think if we could start at 6:30, maybe we can attract some of our younger members, newer members, to maybe jumping on. Perhaps the 6:30 is a more ready time. I'm not proposing that be a permanent change forever, but knowing that we don't have the travel involved, I'd like to continue at 6:30, at least for the next several months here. With that, we also discussed a strong need for membership and someone specifically to spearhead a membership committee, really the initiative of recruiting new membership, regaining old membership. This has been something that's been discussed, and I thank Chef Long for being the chair of that committee and taking that on. I know he's going to need help, and he's going to ask for that help, and I think that's one of our main goals. Is definitely going to be, I think, on our level, how our chapter can increase our value and how we look forward to these Monday nights getting together, and what we can gain from it. So we also talked about education, and instead of just a blanketed, what education topics would you like? Because we're always open for that. And I feel I ask for that every single month, with a big goose egg coming back my way. So what we did was we all discussed several different topics we would like to see. And I fed those all to Anna, who, thank you again, Anna, is really great with this and reaching right out. I know we have February set, but we gave her a list of maybe 10 to 12 different topics, plus she had them. And she's already starting to get this year well underway. So I'm going to let her talk more about that in education, as well as she updates here throughout the meetings. Our next goal, or our next meeting, certainly as a board, is going to be to establish our goals. I'd really like to say to you today, here's what I'd like to do this year. Here's what I want to accomplish. But really, we've accomplished so far getting our footing, and now we can move forward. So again, I take little steps at a time. I definitely don't want to jump into anything too fast. So, because right now we're still in this pandemic. I can't believe we're still in this pandemic, but here we are. Please wear your mask is all I have to say. I am still beside myself to see people in a grocery store. I want to say, are you new? Are you new? Where have you been the last, any event? But education seems to be rolling right back around. A lot of webinars are coming out. Check out Chef's Table. I will try to send as much as I can, but I know even Faith reached out and found some student-centered ones that she's going to share about as well. I know personally classes are starting tomorrow for post-secondary, but secondary have been back in classes. Again, we're still seem to be in this here. The Chef Connect in Pittsburgh, the Northeast Chef Connect, unfortunately has been canceled. Again, part of where we're at right now, it will not happen in March. There's not been any updates as to any of the other ones. But there has been a couple other updates on date changes, and that's where I want to shift to PRLA. So they had their monthly meeting here last week that I attended, and they continue to support COVID efforts with the legislation and as much as they can to support this industry. And there's updates that go out in emails daily. But they are looking for new board members if anyone's interested in joining. I really like how they have a board-elect position. So it's someone that for a year kind of gets trained with the board and then jumps into the treasurer's spot for that following year. And then everyone migrates up through the board. So they're kind of training someone new, but they are looking for new board members for anyone that wants to be involved. Three main things that I wanted to hit on though. They do have PA flavors. They did postpone. So that's a big fundraiser of our chapter. So I want to make sure everybody didn't dull out for a second. PA flavors is now August 21st. August 21st, PA flavors. The golf outing is scheduled on the books for October 18th. So that third Monday in October, we're still set for that. And Heidi had thanked everyone that participated. They raised over $8,000. They said it was a very successful event and thanked everyone. So I know there was a lot that helped the apprentices, a lot of students and instructors, a lot of chefs all contributed for that. Chef Geip, again, thank you for spearheading that. Most of those efforts there. And then lastly, there is the event that Harrisburg University is putting on with it's called Just a Taste. It's January 26th. at 7 p.m. And it is Roy Choi, I believe, is going to be hosting it, and it's a competition. I'll get up here in a second as soon as I can get rid of all this stuff. There we go. All right, and the reason I bring it up is 2 of our local chefs are going to be in it. It is, there's 4 chefs competing, and we have Chef Jason Viscount and Chef Tony Bianco, or Anthony Bianco, are 2 of the chefs participating in it here. It is January 26th, which is a Wednesday, I believe, at 7 p.m. and it's on, I want to say Zoom, but it's online for you to watch.
Yes, I think they're going to use Facebook.
It shouldn't get too small.
It's on Facebook Live and on
Facebook
Harrisburg
Live.
University's concert website.
Awesome, thank you. Benefits when others are here to share. So we will include this in the newsletter. Again, just a reason you just cannot wait to open that newsletter, because there will be a link right there for you all to snag that. Heidi, while you're there, did I miss anything? Any highlights from your meeting there that you'd like to share?
My gosh, Autumn, you covered everything. Thank you so much. We are ready to rock and roll for 2021. Let's hope make it a good year. So yeah, you had all the dates right. And I just announced the change to PA Flavor today. So that went out to the folks that were already ticket holders and anyone on the Facebook page. But yeah, no, you've covered it well. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that is all I have for announcements, updates, other than, again, I hope this is a great year. I'm going to just keep looking at it. Each day has its own mountain to climb still, but I'm looking forward to new and different ones. And again, 2021 can only bring as good, if not better, is how I'm looking at than last year. So thank you all for joining us, definitely. At this point, I want to move on with our agenda and offer Chef Long an opportunity then to address the chapter.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Tom.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be the opportunity to be your vice president for the next 2 years. It's always been, I've been asked many times about becoming involved, and so the pandemic created this opportunity for me. So I'm excited to see hopefully what we can do. I did take the responsibility for the membership committee, and I am looking for anybody that wants to come along and be part of the journey. I'd like to reach out to some of our members who are no longer attending and see maybe some of the reasons why they aren't coming, and maybe kind of get some transparency on what we can do better and how we can be better, and to try to maybe get some feedback. And also, we're going to put together a plan that we can target some of the secondary schools and try to get some more of their participation, not just from the ones that we have, but from some of the ones around the area. As Autumn mentioned, we are going to be doing a recipe of the month, and we're going to try to tag it with the ingredient of the month from the ACF. So we're going to try to put that together so that they collaborate as much as possible. But I know all the players, and I'm excited to be here, and looking for a great 2021.
Thank you, Chef. All right, next up is our student representative, Rashida. Do you have anything to share with the chapter?
I really don't have anything to share, but I just, I think I want to help Chef Long try and get more members. I just think, for us to have so many members, there's only us here tonight, but I want to be a part of it. I just want things to, be better, and hopefully we can get more people here. And I mean, the education for me is one reason why I come, because I like to see what's new and what's different. So that's all I have.
Thank you. I think your perspective already with the topics of what things that you would like to learn of is definitely valuable. But we had even talked about, I think, students hearing from a student, hey guys, this is something worthwhile to go to. Check out this meeting. Check out these educations. I think that connection would be a huge part in itself there too. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and move on to social media, or sorry, Renee, with the website and then social media, two huge things. And I was hoping that you could fully overview, start to finish, both of them, I guess.
I'll try to keep it relatively brief. I'm going to start with the website only because
so there's a Jennifer Harris all of a sudden.
Oh, I know.
Give me a sec.
Can't you kick her off as host?
Trying my best.
Coming to Hershey live.
Okay. So if I could just take a moment, if for some reason we were Zoom bombed and to the point that it was highly inappropriate, I would just end the meeting immediately and we can all log back on, just so that everyone's aware. Because that seems to be this time of year now that, you know, Zoom's all happening again. Okay, Renee, let's try that again. I apologize.
That's all right. Kind of apropos, actually, because one of the reasons that we made some of the changes, or we're making some of the changes to the website, is due to security or lack thereof. So, you know, I couldn't have planned that any better in a way. So it was a good segue. So I know that Chef Cher had mentioned earlier in regards to the treasurer's report. So if some people were like, what, you know, $400 for the changes and so forth, basically that's not just for the renewal. We were actually, with it, till it's all said and done, we'll actually be paying about the same or less, because there were a couple different things that we were paying for that were actually duplicates. So they were two very similar services. Somehow we got tied into both of them. So we gotten rid of one of them. The email that we were using, or the email, how it was set up with so apparently years ago when we had a professional come in and set up the website, that individual is now no longer involved. The email was based on Workspace. Well, Workspace, it has since, you know, it's almost as old as AOL for some people. In any case, we have been exceeding our email limit on that. And so that has probably prevented us from receiving appropriate emails. It also is not a secure email. It's considered a catch-all, which means we'd probably be getting inundated with spam as well. Whether we've seen it all is another story, but it clogs up the system and causes difficulty in delivery and so forth. So we're eliminating and we're migrating the email host to, it will still be at a Gmail account, but it will be hosted somewhere else. It will no longer be with Workspace. It'll be, actually, we're moving everything into GoDaddy. So it will be one singular place that you go. It'll be an easy add-in for those, hopefully, going forward. Chef Autumn has had a lot of trouble with security, and that's been one of the issues as well, that it was previously on, what was the prior WordPress, right. It was previously on WordPress, and the way that it was set up, it did not have an integrated SSL with it. And so although we had a security package through GoDaddy, it doesn't provide an SSL. So I know this is even, for some of the stuff, it's even beyond me. But I spent 2 hours, at least about an hour and a half, 2 hours with the guy last week. And then Chef Patty and I talked about it. But in any case, long story short, it should hopefully secure the website. It should also make the website much more efficient when you're logging into the website, or when you want to move from one thing to the next. It should load faster. So we're just kind of going in there and cleaning out the clutter and making it more secure so that when you do go in, it's nothing, it won't corrupt any of your information, or something that may be attached to it won't corrupt your system either. So hopefully that's the goal.
Now, Renee, you're saying that it's the same as this and that, but you're actually going to take on the task of building it brand new and copying and pasting it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I don't want you to sell yourself short, because our renewal was up. In February, we were automatically getting charged hundreds of dollars to renew a website that was very, very inefficient. So Renee is taking everything from it and copying and pasting to a point. What she's getting at is our email drug that website to where you could not go. If anyone tried going from one page to another, it was at least like a minute until it would click over. And that's what she is fixing, basically.
Right. So, I mean, on average, it should be, the website should be only about $240 a year. We had to renew the old WordPress hosting package, but we only did that for 3 months. So that pretty much gives me a drop dead date to get the new website up and running in 3 months. I figured I needed at least till I get used to all of the other things as new secretary as well, and also just to migrate all of that information over. The email will also be migrating over this coming weekend, and so that will the only person that should affect really, I believe, is Chef Patty. So, or myself, just being in there. Does anybody have any questions about the website? Anything that they would like to see on the new website? Obviously, we want it to be more user friendly. With GoDaddy, it will have a much more updated look. At least that's the hope. We're going to be utilizing their templates and so forth. So it should be a relatively easy build, other than the fact that, again, I do have to kind of cut and paste and move all of our photos and all of our newsletters individually, one at a time. But if anybody has any feedback, if you want to do that now, that's great. If you want to wait until further, again, we do new business or whatever, that's fine too. But
I have a question on this note for everyone on. We have stuff on there from quite a significant time ago, and I don't want to lose any of that, but do we need to transfer it all? I mean, should we kind of set a date to, 10 years ago, 5 years ago? Any thoughts on that? I mean, how much content should we keep? And I'm thinking back everything up regardless, just a matter of on the new website, so that you have an idea of how much you're looking at to put in there. Does anyone have any thoughts on how many years back to go to information?
Keep in mind, the more information that we have, the slower the website will work. So what I had suggested when Chef Patty and I talked about it was to archive a certain period of it, even if it's a flash drive, not on my hard drive, so that it can be passed, that we have that archive built. And if somebody would want something from 2010, we can still access it.
How and where he spent his final days, and the women of the White House.
I was going to suggest that if we could do that and archive it someplace, so that people would have the opportunity to go back to it. Or it's funny because the things that we keep on there, the national office called for some stuff, past presidents, national presidents have called for stuff, and they know that it's on Harrisburg 181's website. They just need to go look at it. So my only fear would be if we could put on there someplace that this information still lives, contact so-and-so to get it.
Can we put a link to a Google Drive? Like if we back everything up on a Google Drive and then put that link on there?
For those of you people who are young and know what Google Drive are, that'd be great.
It would be a link. Click here to pull up our archives, and when you open it, here's all of the old stuff right there. But anyone can access it from anywhere. I think that's what I'm asking for someone.
You have to be able to share that, and there's limited space or limited memory available, but it is something we could take a look into. But I vote for what Charlie said. Throw them up, or Renee said, throw them up on thumb drives, keep it historical. Let's make the website a little bit faster.
Offering 5 years
years, no interest.
So does anyone have a thought? 5 years back?
Save $1,000.
Current should be on the website.
5 years is a great period of time, and if anybody's not talking, please put yourselves on mute. A lot of background noise.
Yes, and I cannot mute, but Chef Roebuck, I don't know if you're on a phone, but I cannot mute you, and I think you're still unmuted. All right, Renee, I know you asked the question. Does anybody else have feedback for Renee on the website? Anything in particular, like I must see this on the front page?
If anybody thinks of anything, you know, my email is out there. You'll have my cell number is available. Certainly, you can just shoot me an email or text me or call, whatever, you know, you'd like to see. The only thing I would ask is for patience. And I will do my best to represent everything. I'm sure there will be some tweaks. I know before we put it out there live, Chef Patty and the board, we will review it. We will look at it. But just know that what we're trying to do is certainly bring it more up to date, make it as user-friendly as possible. If we do make changes, please know they're not meant to offend anyone or to do anything. We really want to improve the experience as a whole. And if there's anything that we can do, like I said, if you have any feedback or anything, suggestions, please just let me know. We're here to try to make it better. I won't be offended, so your feedback is appreciated.
What happens with the photos? Like the photo gallery and the video gallery?
I will try to move as much as possible. So if for some reason I can't move a photograph, I'll obviously get in touch with Chef Patty. If somebody would have that photograph available or they could email it to me so that I can import it that way, we'll definitely be in touch.
I think most of those photos on there are more than 5 years old is probably what Doogie's getting at. That I think if you could be maybe keep some pictures that are longer than that, so we have some photos until we have newer ones. But I would imagine those would be saved on the thumb drive just with the rest of the material, Doogie. Yeah, we wouldn't lose that by any means.
Yeah, I mean, we have all the photos on there from when we hosted, you know, the big meeting, and it would be neat to just keep those because if we ever do it again, it's a great reference. That's all.
Another thing, another place that a lot of those photos were saved was on Flickr. When I used to take a lot of photos for the meetings, and I used to post them on a webpage, and also used to place them on Flickr. So Flickr has a lot. I think it's called. Was that what it's called? Flickr, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, but like
there's
just
a lot
randomly on Flickr.
There's a lot of if you look at ACF, yeah, there's ACF posts, national posts, all the meeting, all the convention photos. They post them all in there, and I have a lot of them in there. So there's a lot of photos in that. I don't even know how you pronounce it. I know it's Flickr or Flickr, whatever.
It's Flickr, you're right.
Flickr. Okay, so there's a lot of photos in there. If you look at ACF, you know, ACF photos, there's a lot of in there for every convention in the last, you know, even when it's our convention, they have photos of our convention there. So you probably can get rid of them.
Social media.
You gotta get rid of them somewhere.
Awesome, thank you. All right, and Renee, you also had social media that I know you wanted to mention there too.
Yeah, so a couple different things. I have been sharing the Harrisburg University Just a Taste event on through our Facebook page and our Facebook stories. So I do try again to stay on top of things as I see them come up. Whenever we have a guest speaker, I try to pull that information when we set up the event for the meetings. And I try to share those as well so that people are seeing them. What I would really, especially since now I'm officially secretary and signed up for a lot more work, I would really appreciate if there is anyone out there that is on social media a lot. It can be a student, it can be someone who's retired, or somebody who just loves social media, loves websites, loves being in the know. I really would be grateful for a social media liaison, someone that could potentially sort of be my little private investigator, I suppose, because I can't necessarily see I'm not connected to everyone individually on a personal level. And so I miss out on some people's posts. I try to follow people, like on Instagram, it's a little bit easier. But I just feel like we have such great talent within our organization, and we really need to share that amongst ourselves and be able to promote what other people, what we're all doing individually. And I think if we can't support ourselves, then, why would anybody else want to? So we really need to get out there and support our schools, support our students, support our chefs that are out there doing fundraising and volunteering and doing some amazing things. Just let us know so that I can share that, because I think that it's important. It's important to see what everyone is up to, especially right now, especially with COVID. I think it's a lifeline. So, so that's my plea. Hopefully someone will be interested in helping me out and volunteering.
Can I throw something in here from PRLA?
Yeah.
PRLA would love to have your stories, all of you actually. But Renee, if you have anything that you want to get out through social media even further than what you can do, just send it to me. I'll get it to our communications team, and they're always looking for social media stories, things to put up there, things of interest, so we can keep our social media refreshed, of course, and to help the industry.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
And Renee, I know I suggested this to you personally, but for everyone else to hear too. I think it's almost like you need to have, how you said, like your private investigator, but maybe one at each school. So maybe, at Lebanon, there's a couple students, maybe some of the apprentices, that maybe one of them wants to step up to be the photographer there, share exciting things that are almost like a weekly update of here's what we're doing this week, and maybe attach some pictures with it, maybe to contact and have a representative from each school. And that way you're almost getting an inside peek, and you're asking for that, rather than it being what we as instructors would put on social media, or what the school would share, or the restaurants would share. You would have an insight to it. So perhaps going
an insider's view.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a suggestion. Anyone else have anything for Renee on social media, suggestions, comments? Yes, I want to join you, Renee. Sign me up. I tried. Okay, so I know you'll see that in the newsletter, and we'll continue to plea every month anyways. But I think at this point, Renee, going directly and asking some individuals that maybe you'll see on there. I'm going to throw out that Anna Smith puts quite a few things. She cooks on there. She's on social media all the time. Just going to throw that out there for you. Not that I am to know. I'm just letting you know. Okay. All right. Next up, speaking of which, is Anna on education. Anna, I know she was cleaning up and working. I don't see anything on. Oh, there you are.
You see me?
Yeah. Oh, I cannot see you. It's black. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Sorry, I'm down in the basement. Next month, we have Chef Kurt. He'll be talking about his participation in the LEAF project and what cooking classes and stuff he is helping out there. Chef Clark is going to be doing a sous vide demonstration. I'm not sure which month that is, but he's already confirmed. We just have to get the logistics out. I'm also looking into getting with a local coffee producer, either Elements or something along those lines, and interviewing them, getting them to come on, and maybe getting a look at their production, how they do it. And then Chef Patty sent me a whole bunch of ideas, like with doing a tour of Hershey with Chef Cher, like plating techniques, local new trends, things like that. So that's what we have coming up.
Awesome. So I think the goal is to say there's a lot of ideas, a lot of hot topics. You're researching and making connections. Again, I know on some of them I put like Chef Long has a connection with the distillery. And Chef Harris was also talking about ice cream making demonstration with the new facilities, and we were thinking April would be great for that. Again, pumping us up for June to ride that roller coaster. So, you know, I think there's a lot of great things on the list that you have. And I know, again, some were student focused of, you know, plating and student competitions and things like that. So thank you.
I know one thing that I was watching. I don't know how many of you watch the farm show, virtual farm show. You know, I had some time on my hands sometimes, so once in a while I did flick to the channels. And there was some really good education. I mean, I was impressed with the potato growers. I mean, they had a video of the potatoes going from point A to point B to then how they get separated, how they get washed. That was interesting. And then whoever the guy was from the potato farm that he was making the roasted potatoes. Yeah, they had a video on mushrooms. I mean, there were some unique, you know, education things in there. That was really. I eat potatoes. I love potatoes, but the way the process that they go through is amazing. How they, you know, I didn't realize. I thought there was everything was hand picked, but they have these state-of-the-art computerized systems that pretty much you push a button and there's this. I mean, it was a really computerized system. I never seen anything like that. That was interesting. That was a good education for me. Some people would be a good education for somebody.
So I'll call Dave Mosser from Mosser's Potatoes.
Is that what it was? I think that's what it was.
Well,
yeah.
actually, that was Dave Tillman. He is on there. Nathan Tillman. He was the Potato Growers Co-op director.
Okay.
But Mosser's Potatoes are a huge producer of potatoes here in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And Leela, if you remember Leela from the farm show.
Yeah, I remember Leela. Yeah.
Is who's coordinating for Mosser's. So that would be
okay.
Great, you know, we haven't had any education on potatoes other than eating potatoes.
Eating them, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Chef. Does anyone else have any other suggestions, topics, questions for Anna? Anna, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm just working.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna shift gears then back to my list. Oh, Chef Coral, are you on here with us, or Chef Peffley, that we can get an update on how the apprentices are doing?
Yeah, the apprenticeship, you know, right now again is, you know, we're doing the best we can with the hours that they're getting available. We're hoping that things will keep opening up for them, give them more opportunities as things move forward. You know, we had back in November, we tested our first round for the certified sous chef and certified pastry chef. Didn't go too well. So I think there was a lot of lessons learned. You know, maybe that, you know, everybody needed to get one under their belt to understand what was actually going to be asked on that test. And I think a lot of lessons were learned. So we're hoping to, you know, reschedule that here real soon and go back at it. I know that a lot of kids were disappointed, but, you know, they said, didn't quite put my nose to the grindstone like I should have, you know. So I'm hoping they'll do better the next time around. And overall, we're just hoping that, you know, with both classes that we have in here right now, to finish up by the end of May. We're hoping that they have their written, their practical, everything's done. The only thing that, you know, Chef and I are basically done with them here for hours. We're just filling in time, still giving them information, still testing them, still doing stuff with them to get them ready for what's coming at them. But, you know, again, it's just time. You know, they need to have more hours, you know, moving forward to make things happen. We also had another apprentice back in November go into the hospital. She's still in the hospital, Hannah, and so keep her in your prayers. As she's been going through a lot of stuff. So, you know, we're hoping that we can get her back in the near future as well. We did have competition last week, and I'm going to let Chef elaborate on that after I talk about it a little bit. But we did the first Skills USA virtual contest in Pennsylvania. Came out of Lebanon. All right, so nothing crashed, so that was a big deal that we didn't have any issues with that. But both the apprentices competed, okay, virtually, and they came in here. We had to put cameras on them. The judges were separate from them in another room, going through the whole bit. So it was quite a big undertaking, across the board. But both the apprentices got gold in their categories for Caitlin Nisley for commercial baking and Fernando Martinez for culinary arts. So we'll see what happens. We don't know if they're going to move on, if they're going to have states or not. That's all up in the air, right now. But we did what we needed to do to, make them eligible, moving forward. Both our secondary students placed first as well, and we had another goal for another student. Yes, we did pretty good, overall. But again, it was a totally different feel and a lot of work going into that, But I think now that we have one under our belt, I think we could do this in the future. And you might see this happen a lot more. I can, Chef Heffley and I talked about it quite a bit. We see a lot of this going forward. I mean, just look what our chapter did over the summer with those competitions and everything, all virtual. With the money and the way things are right now, I can see that being something that's going to get refined, obviously, but I think it's going to be something that you're going to see where kids will be competing at their home schools and there will be a judge sitting somewhere else, tallying it all up, watching them from video cameras, so who knows? But we do have some good news. The good news is that the PRLA awarded us a grant back before the holidays for $3,000 to further our educational experience here through our greenhouse that we now are taking ownership of, that's here at our CTC. So we're going to be moving in there and starting to get stuff together for that. So if anybody really knows what the heck, how to work a greenhouse, it's automated. I go in there and it's warm and you can hear the windows opening and closing and all that stuff. But I don't know. And even, the instructor down there never uses it, so that's why we're using it, but he doesn't know anything either. At one point, we did have somebody from Penn State to try that again from the extension office to come over. He was all excited about it, and then, of course, COVID hit us, and that was that. So we got the money now to get the materials and everything that we need to get started growing things. We're just going to get stuff that we can use in the hilltop and in for the pastry shop. And we're also able to finish out the projects out back, the herb garden. Just saw them out there today filling in the one bed already and getting our pizza oven and smoker and all that stuff completely done. So hopefully, that money will be used towards that. So we're really grateful to the PRLA for putting out that grant and allowing us to participate in that. But,
Can't hear you, Bob.
Can you talk a little bit about the skills and what the significance of that is?
Yeah, sorry, Chef, you seem to be going in and out a little bit, but I think you just passed it off to Brian there. But real quick, I can't put my name on her last name or finger on my last name, but I believe Crystal, sorry, is her first name, is the woman that at Stilton High School, their whole aquaponics and greenhouse program there. And then she moved and now is at AgWorks, but she has a degree in it and everything. If you ever wanted to talk to someone type of setup, that would be the best person I would recommend.
Because there's watering trays, where the trays fill up with water to, water.
Aquaponics.
Yeah, well, that's not.
Our last, like November meeting, aquaponics.
We already saw that before you guys even had it. And we were like, we want the cheapest version. And the cheapest version we could get was $15,000. So we're like, that's right. So, but yeah. So it's going to be a work in progress. So we're going to, like I said, we just want to get things up and started and, and that's going to become part of the rotation, even for the apprentices as well. So everybody will have their hands in it one way or another.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, you'll need it. Part of the rotation is a great idea because to keep up with it, it's a great idea. But like every other garden, it seems to go by the wayside.
Yeah.
But he needs the tilapia poop to fertilize the.
If he's doing aquaponics, he could do hydroponics without fish if he wanted to. Yeah. All right. So, Chef, Heffley, did you want to talk about the competition? I think that's what you had handed it off to him, right?
I think he pretty much covered everything. It appears that virtual in any aspect is not going to go away in education, and it seems to be not going away in career and technical education with the student organization. So We were very fortunate. We were the first school to ever host a virtual Skills USA competition in the state. And when we originally agreed to it, there's 12 districts, and it looked like there was only going to be us and maybe 1 or 2 other schools that would host their districts. But now there is actually 8 of the 12 that are moving forward. We just happen to be the first one on the slate. Pretty much everybody else is going to happen the first and second week of February. But yeah, we got it under the belt, and we're very excited. It went really well. And for our school to not have any technical issues, that's pretty good considering I think the T in career and technology at our school is a small t, not a capital T. So it's pretty slim at our school. So if we were able to pull it off, pretty much anybody else can too. So, yep. So that's kind of the way things are going to be moving in that direction.
Awesome. And congratulations to the students too on their medals, definitely. Thank you. Next up, we had our student outreach with Faith, who I know is not on. I think she's still working. And Rashida, she had named you as her backup. Are you prepared for that, or should I pull up her report?
I'm prepared, but you can pull it up if you'd like to.
Okay. That way, I'll share the links as you talk about it.
Okay. Faith had wanted everyone to know that look out for the monthly newsletter. The student spotlight, it will be included. We'll still do it, but this time we went with student success, featuring tips and tricks from former students. And then if anyone, as far as instructors, had any student or students that they think are deserving to be featured in the student spotlight, she would like you to email her and let her know so that she can get in contact with them. She does have someone scheduled for next month already that she has gotten in contact with. And then she has a side note here that she's been in contact with the Young Chefs Club's president, Chef Ashton Garrett. They focus on providing opportunities to collect, learn, and share education across the U.S. And the ages for them are from age 18 to 25 years old. And they're automatically enrolled upon membership with ACF. And then she does have the website listed there if anyone was interested in it. And then she says she's made arrangements to video call within the month to talk about what the ACF and their student involvement moving forward. The chapter students, whatever knowledge she shares with me, and she'll let you know whatever they discuss. And then if anyone has any questions as far as students that she would like to be asked, she'll ask those questions when she talks, if you just email her. And then she has 2 things that's going on that the Young Chefs Club is working on. So on January 25th, there's going to be 2021 culinary goals earn ACF certification. So I guess they're going to be talking about how they can get their ACF certificate. And there is a link to register if anyone was interested, the chef panelist. And then down it says that the chef panelists will soon be announced. And then January 28th at 11, there's a business insight for culinary students, spotlight on food trucks, intro skill level, and you do have to register for it. And it says that it's in collaboration with the Massachusetts Restaurant Foundation Education Foundation, which features chefs who will discuss the skills needed to run a successful food truck business. Think outside of traditional chef's role as we learn more about the challenges and benefits of working in a mobile kitchen. Question and answers and discussion to include feedback and guidance from culinary professions for young chefs entering the food service industry. So that is what she had been working on. And then only because she's talking about the food trucks, my neighborhood, they have set up starting in May that every other Thursday, there will be a food truck in our area. So they set that up. It's right on my street at the corner. So every other, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, they have a food truck that's coming. So I can get that list out if anyone's interested in food trucks, because I do try to support, because everyone needs the support right now.
That's an awesome topic. I don't think we've had any sort of presentation on food trucks. And I think that's definitely a current trend here. And all of those links, and you will anxiously be awaiting opening that newsletter so that you can all click on those. That's what I'm talking about. Hot topics. The 25th is right around the corner. So thank you for that, Rashida. Anything else you wanted to add for the student outreach? Again, I know it's early and you guys
No, it's early, but me and Faith had, we discussed that we'd get with Chef Tom so that we can reach out to students who are new and old to get more people to participate, and we can learn new things.
A question I would have, and I think it would be a better question, and I could pass it on to Faith, is I know she said 18 to 25, and not all of our students are 18 to 25. There are some that are much younger than that, and some that, forgive me, including myself, much older than that. I want to, that would be a question I would have. Is it only open to those 18 to 25, or is that the average age of the group, and that it's open to anyone that falls into that student category? I think would be one question I would want to ask.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any questions? Thoughts on that? Thank you, Rashida. Okay, hearing none. Is there any other old business? Any other committees that have anything to report that was not included on the agenda? Going once, going twice. Okay. I'm going to move on then to new business, which I did list and we've already discussed, was the membership committee. I believe that was one of the committees we had talked about reestablishing, revamping up, and it never actually happened. So this was something that we discussed as our board that we felt was important to have someone chairing this up. So again, Tom has taken on as the chair for the membership committee, but I know is looking for other committee members to help him with that. And I think this is a huge part or a huge goal that we're going to need to concentrate on. Other than that, is there any new business anyone has to offer the chapter?
Autumn.
Yeah.
Not necessarily new, but this year is an election year for the ACF. And there are going to be a series of town halls that I encourage everybody to participate in, and keep a watch out for those emails that are coming your way. It would be incumbent upon us to challenge them with some really good questions and something that's going to make them think other than just yes and no. And since they are going to be the leadership in beginning in 2022, I'd like to see as many of us as possible get out there and ask some good, serious questions. So I don't know when they're going to be scheduled. I know there's a meeting that's going to introduce them to all the candidates this Thursday, and then from there they'll put the schedule up shortly after that.
Thank you, and I'll continue to keep that in the communications too as a reminder as they're coming up. Thank you, Jeff. Anyone else? Any new, old, any business for the meeting?
Nothing new, but another quick comment. These Zoom meetings are difficult. They are not exciting, and everybody is doing their best. And I just hope that we all continue to participate and encourage other members that we know that don't attend to get on and just show general support for not only the chapter, but for the new leadership that's coming on and taking on that role for 2021 and beyond. So get the word out, and let's keep us strong and keep us very active as we have been in the past.
You're not excited? This is exciting for you? The Zoom meeting? I see that, but
You just need a cocktail. You need a cocktail or two.
I could use a drink today.
Yeah.
Okay, does anyone else have anything else for the meeting? Chef? All right, well then I will look to entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second, Michael.
You, Chef Long and Chef Harris. All right, our next meeting via Zoom, super exciting, I know. I'm gonna keep talking up the excitement. February 15th, we're gonna start again at 6:30. Chef Weaver is gonna be with us. A whole new renovation to really kind of working the LEAF project towards classes and some sort of certification, which obviously I mentioned the ACF already has structure and there's so much stuff to get. I think it would benefit to hear what he has and see if we can maybe help out with that too. I know we're already a big part of the LEAF project. So I thought that would be great to hear all the new things that they're doing and that he's helping them with. And then, like I said, moving on from there with hopefully exciting things to keep you on Zoom.
I just thought about something. Talk about the LEAF program. I just thought about something. Talk about Valentine's Day. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with LEAF. What they do, they have a series of cooking events that are happening 3 months or 4 months in a row. December, January, February, March, or something like that. And every month, one of the chefs prepares I'm not sure, a 3-course dinner, I think it is. And people can actually buy the ingredients from the LEAF project and benefits them. And I think Quigley is doing January, and I'm doing February. I think and then what I will do, I'll put a video together of what I'm preparing. I know what I'm preparing, but I'm not going to tell you yet. We're going to prepare a dish, and then you buy all the ingredients from LEAF. LEAF's getting all the food donated, and mine is going to be a Valentine's Day dinner. So I'll be posting the video as soon as I made one already, but I'm going to make another one. That's going to come up. They're probably going to post about a week or so before the. So it's a virtual dinner pretty much. Looking at it, they're picking up the food, and right now I think they sold 11 series. So 11 people bought out all the 4 chefs. But if anybody wants to go to the LEAF webpage, and I think I posted in my Facebook a couple weeks ago too, the same web link. So that's another way for them to make money. So look for it and purchase it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chef. So the week before Valentine's.
Yeah, I think mine is a Valentine's Day, so I think it might be, the 12th.
We all follow you, so as long as you post it.
Yeah, I think it's the 12th or 13th. They're going to start selling my portion.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds exciting. Anyway,
You pick it up.
I know we officially motioned already. Okay. Well, with those motions, then I'm going to officially adjourn our meeting. Like I said, our next meeting will be February 15th at 6:30 via Zoom. Exciting.
Very exciting.
Evening, everyone. Note the time.
Delighted, Mr. Arens.